Message first. Thank you so much, Carmen. You so sweet. I love you. She's such an angel. Okay, so guys, so the message that I had got, you guys, and I'm just gonna read it to you how Spirit gave me to give it to you guys. So let me find. So Spirit telling me here. I'm missing a part. So I had already posted the video, you guys. I posted the video onto TikTok, so you guys can see the video. But I wasn't able to get into fully about the video, so I pretty much kind of like just got into just a little bit of it. But Spirit says that you have entered into a threshold. You've entered into a new cycle. It's time for you to allow yourself to be in the present. So the cords that hold you, that weigh you down, must be cut. Trust the divine timing and don't try to rush or hurry it. It says, or by doing the shortcut. So this means there are things the Spirit's going to take you guys through, and you may not want to go through the pain, and you may not want to go through the process. But Spirit's saying you're going to have to go through this because you're at a threshold where Spirit's like, I'm taking you to new places. I'm taking you to new levels here. And Spirit is telling me to tell you guys here that don't rush it. Don't try to hurry it. You know what I'm saying? Don't try to. But it says, you're about to enter into a new cycle. You're about to enter into a new beginning here. You're about to be here where you're about to be forced to evolve. You guys are about to be able to be illuminated here. And this is a major transition. And know that you guys are not stuck. Even though you guys may feel like you're stuck in a situation. I know, like me, I feel like I'm being limbo land. Like nothing's moving. Nothing's going forward. Because it's not that you're stuck. It's just that you are holding yourself mentally into a place here where you're keeping yourself, you know what I'm saying, captive. You're in prison, almost like the Eight of Swords. And Spirit said you got to release yourself, get yourself out of this energy, get yourself out of this Eight of Swords. I got the Two of Cups. Get yourself out of this Eight of Swords here, because this is what's holding you. This is what's blocking you. This is what's holding you from moving forward into your Two of Cups. This is what's holding you from moving forward onto new love, new relationships, whether this be job, this would be new beginnings here. But Spirit's like, this is almost like you in partnership with the divine, you know, with the holy, with here. This is like you and Spirit coming together in love, coming together in union. And Spirit's like, this is what's holding you, and this is what's stopping you from us from moving forward here. And we need you to release this here, because Spirit say you guys have fought. Some of you guys have been fighting a battle here. That's the same reading for you. Spirit said you guys have fought. You guys can comment. That's fine. Spirit said you guys have fought. You guys have fought so hard to protect yourself. You guys have been you know, trying to hold on to marriages, trying to hold on to relationships. You guys been trying to hold on to jobs. You guys been trying to hold on to family, to friends here, trying to keep stuff together. But Spirit said it's time for you to heal. It's time for you to let go. It's time for you to take, y'all can comment. It's time for you to take your hands off a situation here. Spirit say, if someone or a job or a situation that does not appreciate you, they do not not giving you the love, not giving you the support, not giving what you need here, Spirit says that it is time for you guys to release it, because you need to let people that love you wholeheartedly. Did we get the message? I'm giving the message right now. So Spirit said you need to let people that love you wholeheartedly here. If somebody doesn't love you wholeheartedly, people are not giving to you, Spirit said it's time for them to release them. It's time for you to let go. It's time for you to remember your word. It's time for you to, you know what I'm saying, represent yourself, you know, and be who you need to be. It's time. No, don't be sorry. Don't be sorry. This is, you know, don't be sorry, sweetie. It's okay. Yeah. It's okay, because this is supposed to be a interactive message. This is supposed to be, we're supposed to be able to talk, you know, and this is why, you know, Spirit gave me this message. I can talk, you guys, I can stop, you know what I'm saying? So you don't be sorry. That's why I told people y'all start commenting, you know, because this is a time for you guys to let it out, get it out, you know what I'm saying, and push whatever need to be pushed out. So this is what y'all need to do. But Spirit said here that, because we're going to pray, but Spirit said you need to remember your worth, okay? How do we get unstuck? Okay, so this is what I'm about to tell you guys how you can get unstuck. One was the message that I just posted about the reading, about prayer. You know, the first part of it, I don't know if you was here for the first part, what we need to surrender to. Oh, I always do that. What we need to surrender to. So Spirit's telling me here, you know, how we get unstuck. You know, it's by us taking back our power. It's by us cutting the cords. It's by releasing these situations. But it's time for us, the guys, to let go. You asked me about the cord. It's time for us to let go. It's time for us to surrender here. There are cords that bind us from people, places, and situations here. Like we're trying to hold on to someone who doesn't want to be held on to. We're trying to hold on to job situations that we know it no longer serves us. So you know, if you know you're in a situation and it's dead, you got to cut it, because it's almost like Spirit showed me somebody, you know, who having a carotid leg. Carotid is corrosive, is dead. Having a carotid leg, and you trying to keep that limb onto your body, and you don't want to release it. But if you don't let it go, all it's going to do is continue to go up and, you know what I'm saying, and rot and infest the other part of your body. So that part needs to be cut off, because when you cut it out, Spirit said you think you're losing something, but Spirit said you're not losing. What's going to happen is Spirit said I'm going to give it back to you. I'm going to give it to you. Jobs that no longer serve us. That's right. But Spirit said you think you're losing some, but this is one thing we got to know for that God said, when one door closes, another one open. So even if it's love, you know what I'm saying, sometimes you're like, I had this for so long, I can't let this go, I can't give this up, because we feel like, you know, that what we have, that's all that God's going to give us. But God is always going to give us his best. God's always going to give us what is rightfully ours. So we can't sit there and be afraid to let go or to release something because we're afraid that we can't never have anything. We have a God that has an unlimited supply of source. We have a God that has an unlimited thing. He said he owned the houses and the hills, the cattle. He owned everything. He said he created everything under the sun and the moon. If he can sit there and speak to the earth, and the earth was dark, and he said, let there be light, and there was light upon the earth, don't you think that he could speak over your situation, and he could say, let there be light, and there'll be life upon you? And some people are like, oh, well, I'm 60 years old, or I'm 65 years old. There's love for 65 years old. There's resources for people that are older. There's resources for people that are younger. So we can't sit there and let ourselves be put like the world say that, oh, it's the end. It's not the end. It is only the beginning with Spirit. There is no ending. And God said, I'm the author and the finisher of the story. So we sit there and we let somebody close a book or close a chapter on us and say, oh, because we're 60, or oh, because we're too young, that we can't have this, or this can't happen, because we close a door and we close onto the love of Spirit. So we can't let man determine and say, okay, we're 65 and this is supposed to be happening. People are working in now, or doing stuff to their 85 years old, people 85 years old. People are still working. People are still doing stuff now, to the point where, you know what I'm saying, like I seen this woman, she damn 85 years old, and she looked damn better than I do. So we can't say it, but the point is we don't want to put in the work, and we don't want to sit there and do what it takes, because we know now 60 is like the new 40. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no damn way in hell that we can sit there and think that things are going to be old, or things are dead, or things are finished for us. There is love. There is so much out there for people. So, but God is saying, but you gotta trust me. You gotta cut the cords, and you gotta be able to move forward. You gotta be able to let things happen here. You know what I'm saying? It's not like when grandma and grandpa, when they was in, 1940s or 1950s, when they got 60 and they thought that was the end. It's not the end, because we're in a new time and a new age here. So what we are doing is to give it. Yeah, you gotta let it go. We gotta let go of the anxiety. We gotta let go of all that stuff. The Spirit said it's time to let go. It's time to release here. It's time. The Spirit said, just as you cleanse and just as you release the dirt and the grime, like every day we go, everybody, we get up and we wash our butt every single day. We clean the dirt, we clean the grime off of us. We sit there and don't wash, don't cleanse. That shit gets stanky, that stuff gets nasty, and you get all the blackening, all the whatever on you, and you have to go, and you get, just like you gotta wash your physical body, you gotta wash your spiritual body. You can't sit there. Somebody threw dirt on your name. Somebody threw dirt on you on the job. Keep throwing dirt on you. At some point, you got to wash the dirt off, because eventually it gets like mud and that stuff gets stuck. It gets canked up on you. And you got to release it and you got to let it go. So this is what Spirit is saying. Like, you got to let that stuff go. You can't hold it. You know what I'm saying? So Spirit said, just as you release the dirt and the grime yourself from the karmic ribbons, you got to release yourself from unhealthy situations. This is stuff like even when you was a kid, y'all holding on to the stuff that happened to in the past. I know it was traumatic. Yes, I mean, like, I can't sit there. For me, the stuff that happened to me in the past, I could sit there and hold on to that. I could sit there and hold on to all the pain of what people did to me. Sometimes parents do it to you. Sometimes loved ones do it to you. But Spirit said you got to let that go. If it's emotionally unhealthy for you, if it's something that's stopping you and blocking you, Spirit said that happened. But guess what? You matter, and you got to let that go. Yes, it's painful, but you know what? People, family, the people that we love the most, though, they're going to hurt us. But Spirit said, if you could release it and let it go, there's so much better. There's so much that I have for you. And even, you know what I'm saying, with you being, you know, some people think, oh, I've been dealing with this all my life. Shit, I'm going to keep on dealing with it. No, you can let it go right now. And when you do, then your things can change. Things can be good for you. There could be a new beginning, because God don't see age. You know, one day, you know, God, 1,000 days is like one day with God. You know what I'm saying? So true, this is what we have to see right now. So right now, God said, let it go, let it go. But this is the time here. Spirit said it's a time for a spiritual cleanse. You know, we got to do the spiritual cleanse here. I say it's a time for us to stop the struggle. It's a time for us to choose to start over. It's a time for us to be reborn. It's a time for us to be renewed. It's a time for us to be refreshed. There is no time limit to say, okay, you got to, when you get to 45, you can't be reborn again, you know, or you know what I'm saying, you still a baby. What you talking about? You need to be reborn again. No, there is no time when it comes to being reborn, when it comes to be refreshed. This is about a spiritual cleansing, you guys. This is about us being wakened in the spirit, you know what I'm saying, taking all the dirt, all the forgiveness. And sometimes people say, oh, you got to forgive. Like, I don't want to forgive them. It's not for them. Who gives a dang about them being them? It's for you. You know what I'm saying? And you don't have to go to them to forgive them. You could say, God, I forgive them. God, I release them. And then when you see them, just don't be thinking bad about them. Don't be thinking negative about them. Let it go. That's how you forgive somebody. Let it go and be at peace. And just know that whatever they done to you, God gonna whoop their ass. God gonna give them what they need. Somebody wronged you, they gonna get what they need. You know what I'm saying? And that's what you gotta worry about. And you may not even be able to see it. Some of them go through a physical torment through spirit, and you don't see it. And you feel like, well, they feel like they doing good. That don't mean they doing good. Spirit is putting something on them, and we gotta trust that God is working things out, because God said He cares for us. So if God cares for us, then He is definitely working things out for us. So this is what we got to do, you guys. Yes, we got to pray for each other. We got to love each other. We got to help each other. We got to heal each other. We got to be there for each other, because people got some real stuff going on. You know what I'm saying? People got real stuff going on. But if the point is, like, if you don't really come to people and say, hey, you know what? I got something going on, you guys. I know we in here doing this, but look, I had some people say, look, I know you doing this, but can we pray? I need you to pray for me. And we stop and we pray, you know what I'm saying? And that be times I got on here and I told people, look, y'all, I got some stuff going on. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to need y'all to pray for me, because I need y'all to pray for me for January 10th when I got to go to court. I need prayer too, you know what I'm saying? And we all are there to help each other. And this is what we got to do. And like, we're supposed to be in this team, this sacred blue rose, where we're supposed to be here to help each other, to heal each other, to pray for each other. If you can't come to somebody and get on here where you can pray for somebody and get support from somebody, then how in the world? Thank you for praying for me. Thank you for praying, because I got to go to court for this divorce January 10th. I don't want to go. I don't want to go through this. I don't want to go through this pain. I don't want to go through this. But you know what? I'm trusting God. And that's what y'all got to do. And we got to come together and we got to pray. You know what I'm saying? And we got to know. If you got private reading, see, I'm going to talk about my private readings too. But I'll talk about my private readings. But let me finish this. But you know, you guys, so you have to do this, guys. So this is what Spirit said. It's time to cleanse, refresh, renew. We got to have the strength and the courage to do this. And Spirit said, just like the sun rises, Spirit said, you're going to rise again and again and again and again. The Spirit is going to rise upon you. The sun is going to rise. So my grandfather said, never let the sun go down on your glory. Because guess what? God said, guess what? When the sun go down, you got to have the strength. And just like I rise, you're going to rise again. So declare resurrection power over your life. Declare resurrection power over your situation. I pray, I literally made a promise to myself, God, I'm going to pray the prayer. I don't care if it takes me 40 minutes to pray my prayer. I'm going to pray this prayer. I'm going to pray this petition twice a day, once a day. But I'm going to pray this prayer. Sometimes I be so dang tired, I don't even want to do it. And I pray and then God said, okay, you've been saying this prayer, but pray from your heart. Pray from your heart. And I pray from my heart, and I got to praying from my heart, and it's like you're going to liberate yourself. You're going to free yourself. How do you cleanse yourself? By praying, by fasting, by meditating, by chewing on the word of God, by chewing on positivity. Because guess what? The light always choke out the darkness. You got to drown the darkness. Sometimes, you know how you get right. You could be, you know how you're in a bad mood and you get around people that's happy. You don't want to be around them because you're in a bad mood. Get the hell away from me. I don't want to be around you. But that light always choke out the darkness. And sometimes you got to be a light to choke out the darkness. There's sometimes in situations where, you know, it's not the situation, but in the past where I had people that I knew was toxic and had the devil up in there and knew they were going to come in the house with that mess, I just turned that gospel music on. I just turned the praise on. I just started being positive. I just started being nice to them. I was so nice to them. They thought I was trying to do something to them. I was like, no, I'm just trying to be nice to you. Because the darkness choke out the light, okay? Yes. So that's what Spirit is telling me, you guys. So Spirit pretty much said that there's conflicts, it's change. I know that there's conflicts. I know like it's not easy to go through this change. It's not easy to go through this transition. But he says, yes, you were betrayed. Yes, you know what I'm saying? But Spirit said, but you're betraying yourself. You're betraying yourself by you're living a lie. You're not living the truth. You're sitting here your time, or you're letting things and situations here, you know what I'm saying, stop you from being true to who I called you to be. So God said the real betrayal is, look in the mirror, it's you. If you feel like you're being betrayed, then maybe it's because you're being betraying yourself, because you're not being true to who I called you to be. So God said, be true to who I called you to be. Look in the mirror, stand firm, stand tall, and face the facts. You know what I'm saying? The facts is the facts. The truth is the truth. Yes, this person did me wrong, but does this person love me like they should? No, they don't. Well, if you don't love me like you should, or mama, daddy, auntie, you can't treat me the way that I'm supposed to be treated, or a job, you can't treat me the way that I'm supposed to be treated, guess what? It's time for me to move on and go somewhere where I'm loved, where I'm respected, where I'm wanted, where somebody sees my value, where somebody sees my worth. But first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to see the worth and I'm going to see the value in myself. I'm gonna see who I am. Like my shirt says wifey. Whoever my husband may want to divorce me, it may not want to be a wifey, but guess what? I'm still somebody's wifey. I may not be your wifey, but God has a husband for me. God has somebody who is for me. Just like you, there may be a job where somebody don't appreciate you on a job and they don't want you as an employee, but guess what? There's gonna be a job or somebody who wants you to appreciate you, to hire you on that job, so you could be their employer, so you could be the employee, so you could be somebody who could respect you, who could appreciate the work you do. There may be family and friends who when you come around, they don't appreciate you, they don't listen to you, they don't care what you say. Well, guess what? I don't need you to be my family or friend, because God gonna give me an auntie, God gonna give me a God mom, God gonna give me a God daddy, God gonna give me a brother or a sister, somebody who's gonna love me, somebody who's gonna treat me. Because the blood, just because we got the same blood, that don't mean that we gotta be family. Yeah, you my family and I love you, by blood, but guess what? God and true, we're all brothers and sisters, and God's gonna give you somebody. So this is what God is saying. If somebody can't see your worth, It's time for you to walk away. It's time for you to let go. Because like I said, if somebody can't see you as a good husband, then let them go. Guess what? Because guess what? You will be a good husband to somebody. Okay? This is what you need to know. You will be a good wife to somebody. You'll be a good sister to somebody. You'll be a good brother to somebody. You'll be a good friend to somebody. So because your best friend walked out and they betrayed you, guess what? It don't matter. God gonna give you a good friend. He gonna give you a good job. Just because that house, somebody put you in a house and you were living with somebody and they backstab you and put you out, guess what? It don't matter. God gonna put you with somebody who care about you, who love you, who ain't gonna treat you that way. Somebody gonna put you with somebody who ain't gonna talk about you. You know what I'm saying? Somebody you can come to. You guys talking to people, giving people, thinking they being your friend. They talking behind you, behind your back. Guess what? Let them go. Because God gonna give you a good friend who ain't gonna talk about you behind your back. A good friend who gonna love you and support you. A good friend who someone you say, hey, I need somebody to pray for me. It's hard for me because it's my mom. It's okay. But your moms hurt us too. Moms betray us too. There's no gender. People are people. It may be your mom. You forgive her. You love her. You let her go, Kamisha. But guess what? God will give you. God will give you a good God, Mom. God will give you somebody who's going to love you and support you. You know, just because somebody birthed you out, that don't mean that they're going to be a good mother to you. But you say, God, give me somebody who's going to be mothering to me. Give me somebody who's going to be loving to me. Give me somebody who's going to help me to be the best that I'm going to be. God will give it to you, okay? Trust me, he will. But you need to forgive her, okay? And let her go. And if she ever calls you and says she needs anything, she your mother, help her out. But don't be her fool. Don't let nobody walk all over you, okay? But that's what you need to do, okay? That's what you got to do. And when you do this, baby, the doors will open for you. The doors will open for you. So let me get to the next part. Trying to block me from talking. The devil is a lie. All right, then. So look. So God is saying that you need to face the facts. The facts is the fact, the truth. This betrayal disrupt you. This betrayal here, it took everything from you. Okay, and we know, as you guys say, I know it's been hard. I know it's been hard for you. I know I saw the pain. I saw the tears. I saw you crying. I saw every bit of thing that you go. I saw every fear. I saw every anxiety that this situation has put you into. God said, I saw it. This is why you need to let it go, because what I care about is your physical, mental, and spiritual health. Yes, your spiritual, mental, and physical health. God said, this is what I care about. And this is what I need you to do. Yes, that may be your mother, Kamisha. But God said, you are my child. You belong to me. Because your mother, I gave as someone to look over you as an overseer. And if they didn't oversee you and they didn't watch you and they didn't raise you and do you right the way that I'm supposed to be, I'm your father. I'm your mother. I'm the one that you need to come to. I am the one that is going to put things right. I'm the one that's going to set things in stone and make it right. So this is what you do. You love her and you let it go. You love her and you let it go. Because eventually she'll come to you. Trust what I'm saying. She'll come to you and she will apologize. She'll come to you and she'll do right. And I don't know when, but she will. But you got to release and let it go. Let go the anger. There's some of us kids that been parents beat the hell out of us when we were growing up. Got our ass beat so bad it was funny. We had bruises on us. It was funny. Hit us in places that they weren't supposed to hit us. But guess what? We can't hold that. We can't hold that. Because if we holding them, then how are we supposed to be moving forward? You know what I'm saying? Like this the type of stuff like we got to forgive and we got to let go. But when you do, you release it and you let it go, trust me, you're going to heal. Yes, you're going to heal. Yeah, they did that. True. I'm telling you, that's a lot that happened to a lot of people. A lot of stuff. I'm not even finna go into it. Y'all know what's happened to you. People that did you wrong. I'm talking about dirty wrong. And we talking about family. Somebody who sit there and say, look at you, say they love you, and in front of everybody else. And then when you get closed behind doors, they're gonna talk about you and treat you wrong, treat you like you're a rat. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna treat you bad. You know what I'm saying? I know they treat you bad, but at the same time, Maybe that's something that God wants you to grow from, to learn, to be able to help people, to be able to move forward, how people treated you. Some of them, I had some parents or people that would dress their child better than they dressed them, dress themselves up and dress their child in rags. Dress one child better than they dress the other child. Give one child more than they gave the other child. You know what I'm saying? One child can get to eat good, the other one got to eat the scraps. I mean, it happened. Yes, it happened. On job situation where one person got the raise that wasn't supposed to get the raise. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, they did you wrong. But God said, it's time to cut the cord. It's time to let that go. It's time to let it go. Yes, they did it. Hey, Sandy, how are you doing? It's time to let it go. So this is what Spirit's telling me, you guys. Said, but remember, to thy own self be true. Because God said right now, if you holding on to that and you're not releasing that, that means you're betraying yourself. You're not being true to yourself. So God said that cord has to be cut. That has to be released. That has to be broken. It's time for you to face the fact. It is what it is. Yes, they did me wrong. But I'm cutting the cords from this day forth. I'm not going to sit there and keep myself in betrayal. And that's why you keep getting betrayal, because you won't face the fact that what was done to you, and you won't release it and you won't let it go. So this betrayal that you're holding on to is the betrayal that you beget. Like attracts like. So God said, let it go from this day forward here. When you face the facts and you speak your truth, sometimes you have to go to them and speak your truth and let them know what they did to you. And whether they like it or not. Because I had a friend of mine said they had to have a talk with their family and friends. And they had to have a come to Jesus and they had to tell them what it is. They didn't like what they said. But you say it in love. But you say it in love. And when you say it in love, you ain't got to be yelling. You ain't got to be screaming. But you just say it in love. You say it how it was done to you. Even people, I had to get face to face with my molester and tell him exactly how I feel, how he did me. I had to get face to face with him. I didn't care. I had to look that lion, that Goliath, in the eye, and I had to slay that dragon. When I slayed that dragon, I walked up out of there. But I had to look that molester in the eye and had to tell him, chest to chest, child molester is what you are. But when I stood up and I spoke my truth, and I stood up and I took a hold of myself, I was able to move forward. And there's a lot of men that hold on to this stuff too, and they don't tell anybody. I had a friend of mine who he's like, I never told anybody, but I'm gonna tell you. And he's like, what happened to him? Stuff happened to people we don't even know what happened to them. And sometimes you can't look at everybody and you can't judge people. You can't judge somebody by how you see them, because we don't know what they've been through, because they may be mean and graunchy and whatever, but you don't know what they've been through. But God say, it's time for you to release it. It's time for you to let it go. And don't be judging people. Don't judge them, because you don't know what they went through. Okay? So the next thing, God said, because of everything that you guys went through, the injustice, the betrayal, all the pain, and you've been holding this and holding, God said, if you can release this, and let it go, this is what I have for you. This is what God said. I have good luck. Good luck is in your favor. Good luck is turning for you. You are going to be granted good luck. You're going to be granted the greatest inheritance that you could ever possibly get from Spirit. If you can release it and let it go. Because it's something about when somebody hurts you and you can forgive and you can let go. It's something that unlocks God's heart. It's something that unlocks him, because that's an unconditional, pure love. Because guess what? I'm going to love you so much because everything you did to me. And people always ask me, how did you get in your gifts? How did you get to where you're at? I forgave every damn person that did me wrong. Every person that did me wrong, I forgave them, and I released it and I let it go. And when I did, this is how I'm able to be walking in my power, because I don't have any hate in my body. I don't have where I'm holding anything against anybody. I've released it and I gave it to God. Working through this last little situation here of this, from this part. But I released everything and I gave it to God. And because I did that, I'm able to walk in my power. I'm able to walk in my truth. I'm able to not be sitting here and let betrayal hold me. Because I'm no longer letting myself be a victim. I'm letting myself be a victor. I'm not sitting here, looking on. Well, I take that back. I had a pity party today about what the bullshit that was happening. And this is why God said, you got to release this other part. You got to let this go. This part right here. This has to be released and let go for you to move forward. But for it's anything else, childhood trauma, all that stuff, I release it and let it go. But we're going to have those times where it's going to come up. And God said, when it come up, okay, it's time for you to cough it up, spit it out, let it go. But I don't have hate for these people. I don't have hate for him. It's just me releasing the pain and letting it go. And God said, you got to do the same thing. And when you can look at somebody and talk about a situation and have peace in your heart, and you can let it go. Hey, ghost, how you doing? And you can let it go. Then you're able to move forward. And this is what you got to do. You got to release this pain. You got to let it go so you can move forward. Yeah, I'm doing okay. How are you? I ain't heard from you in a while. You've been MIA on me. I don't like that. But that's all right, though. I'm glad you're here now. Yeah, release all the pain, all the generation curse. That's what a generational curse is. You holding on to it. You got to let it go. Heal it. When you heal it, don't let it go. Don't let that curse move on any further. You got to cut it off. And you know what I'm saying? And with like stuff that's been going on, I had to face the chest to chest of my molesting in my family. I had to face all the hurt, lying, and betrayal. I even had to go tell my mom one time, Mom, I love you, but you toxic as hell. And she said, what? I said, you toxic as hell. Not saying she was in a bad toxic, but I'm saying how she talked about her pain or whatever. I said, shoot. I said, you toxic as hell. I said, that's why I don't talk to you. Every time I talk to you, it's negative. She said, I didn't realize I was that way. Handling my business, I had to release my first love. Yeah, you had to. You got to let them go. You got to release them. Yeah, you've been holding on to that. But sometimes, in order for you to get what God has for you to get the best, sometimes we got to let it go. But yeah, so for those, if you can release it and let it go, that good juju, that good luck is coming to you guys. This is what God said. It's coming. The will or favor. Sometimes when they think the grass is green on the other side, yeah, they do. They're gonna find out the grass ain't green on the other side. That's what a lot of people gonna do. Well, especially when they see you shining and they see themselves not moving forward. Yes, I'm almost done. I still got 2 more pages to go. But God said you need to release the control, you guys. You need to let it all go. And when you let it go, there's going to be a liberation where you guys are going to break free. You guys are going to break free. When you do, you're going to be awakened. It's almost like you're going to release these emotions and you're going to be awakened in the spiritual realm here. But Spirit say, instead of you, all the tears of pain that you cry, Spirit say, there's going to be a time when you're going to cry tears of joy. You're going to, not tears of sorrow. You guys are going to be vibrating on a new level. You guys are going to be going to a level here where Spirit say, a lot of you guys have done the work. You guys have moved forward. And God say, I'm not going to let you go back. You think I done brought you this far to let you go back? God said, I done brought you this far. I ain't gonna leave you. I ain't gonna let you go back. So God ain't gonna let you go back. When they realize they swimming there with the sharks, when they do realize that, they gonna finally see it when them sharks start attacking their ass. But yes, God say, y'all done did so much work. Y'all done went through so much pain. Y'all done got through it. Y'all to the final phase where you're in the transition. But God say, it's almost like you at the land of Jordan, the land of Canaan. And it's like you can't cross over into the land of milk and honey until you release this and let this go. Once you release it and let it go, thank you for the rose. God said, once you release this and let it go, he said, thank you so much for the rose. God said, I'm going to cross you over into the land of Jordan. the land of Canaan. I'm going to cross you over to the land flowing with milk and honey. Thank you so much. But once you do, God said, I'm going to cross you and I'm going to let you go into this place. But you cannot go into this place with this old pain. You cannot go into this place with this baggage. God said, this has to be released. This has to be cut. This is why the cord has to be cut. Cut the cord. God said, it's time for you to surrender. It's time for you to release it. It's time for you to let it go. It's time for the cord to be cut. What else, Spirit? It's time for the secrets, whatever this is being revealed. It's time for them to come out because you need to surrender. God said, I got some things I've been holding. I got some things I've been keeping from you, and I can't give it to you until you let it go. Because if I gave it to you in the mess, all you were gonna do is fuck it up. I'm gonna say it just like that. All you gonna do is fuck it up. And God said, I can't give it to you. I can't give it to you. This is why I said there's some cord that need to be cut. All this toxic situation, because once I give it to you and you vibrating at a high level and you sit there and you start thinking about what this person did and that person did, all you're gonna do is pull back down. And God said, I'm not letting you go back down. I'm not letting you fall back. God said, I took you out of that situation to elevate you. Just like when the people got away from Egypt. And they got away and they thought it was best that they would go back over there to Egypt and go back and be a slave. God said, hey, you ain't going back there. They begged to go back. God said, no, you ain't finna go back there. I done crossed you and took you out of this, through this Red Sea. I done parted the Red Sea and I done drowned out the Pharaoh for you. And I done sit there and put you where stay your ass in the wilderness. And you're going to stay in this wilderness until you stop complaining. You're going to stay in this wilderness and walk around here for 40 days, 40 nights, 40 years. You're going to walk and you're going to wander until you, guess what? Until you stop complaining, because you stop murmuring. And guess what? They was right there. They was right there. And they couldn't even see it because all they did was so focus on the negative. They couldn't even see that they were right there. And all they had to do was stop. Keep repeating that. And the test, all you do, because you go through these tests, over and over. Because I'm going to keep putting you through the same test until you release it and let it go. But I'm not going to give it to you. But guess what? Some of them died in the wilderness. Some of them didn't even get to see it. But there were only, one or two, the three that they was able to cross over. All those people that came. Only a few was able to cross over. Because they was the one who stopped complaining. They was the one who began to be positive. They was the one who began to move forward. But those who kept murmuring and complaining, and those who didn't have faith, they couldn't go. They couldn't go into the land of Canaan. They couldn't go into that land of milk and honey. But God said, I got this good luck. I got this juju. I got this good karma that's coming from you, which is only from the divine. There's something that you can never get from anywhere. You can't pay for it. You can't buy it. You cannot, you know what I'm saying? This is grace. This is favor. This is something that's given to you from your work, from your hard work, from your testing, from your trials, from your tribulation, from you overcoming, as Ghost Bang saying, from you overcoming these tests, from you not repeating the cycle. And God said, when you let that happen, then that's when I'm going to move you forward here. That's where I'm going to give you to where you're going to break free. This is where you're going to come into your awakening here. But I need you to release the control and let go. God said, it is not going to happen the way you want it to happen. You ain't going to tell me how to sit there and do something when you sit there and been doing it all this time and you ain't been doing it right. Because I know the plans and the thoughts I have for you. I know the plans of good and not evil. I know the purpose that I have for you. I know the way I'm leading you. I know where I'm taking you. So don't sit there and tell me how to do my job, is what God said. You need to trust me and trust the divine plan. And God said, release it and let it go here. But you're going to be tears of joy, not tears of sorrow here. But it says you're going on a new level where you're vibrating. And it says you can't go back to the old. It's time to birth out the new, rise up and be free, okay? But God said, this is what you need to understand. Come on, Blue. This is what God is saying. God said that nobody can take this away from you. You sit there and you've let somebody take away your power. You've taken away something that I have already given you before the foundation of the earth. How are you going to sit there and let somebody take something away from you? That is the ultimate betrayal, where you betrayed yourself. Because I've already told you that I created you for the foundation of the earth. I've already told you that I send out my word and it shall not return void. I've already told you that I've spoken a word over your life for you to be blessed. I've already told you and put you on the plan and the purpose where you're supposed to. But what you did, you sit there and let somebody come in to take you off your plan, to take you off your purpose, to take you off where it is that you're supposed to be. So how is it that you're going to let somebody do that? God said nobody can take it from you. Nobody can take it from you. Only you can give it up. You give up your power. And it's time for you to take back your power. Yes. Take back your power. Take back your energy, because you've given away so much. Appreciate the roses. You've given away so much to so much people, because they can't take it. They can't take it. So how is it that your boyfriend, or how is it that your ex-husband, or how is it that your ex-wife, or your wife, or somebody on a job, or your mama, or your auntie, or your uncle, or your best friend can come in and take something away from you that ain't even theirs? It wasn't theirs from the beginning. All they did was you let them come in and take the power. You let them come in and you let them have control over something that was not even theirs. So God said, you need to take it back, because I didn't give it to them. I didn't bless them. I didn't call them. He said, I blessed you. He said, I called you. I anointed you. Everybody is anointed to do a certain thing. I anointed you. I gave you the grace to do what you need to do. But you sit there and you waddle. You waddle like a pig waddling mess. You waddle in something that you should not even be waddling. He said, I didn't make you like a pig. He said, I make you like an eagle. I told you to soar. He said, I told you to fly. I told you to aim high. He said, I told you to go higher. He said, I didn't tell you to be down like pigs and a swine, because that's why I threw them off the cliff into the sea, because they were low vibrational to drown. He said, but an eagle soars high. An eagle goes up so high that he could see like the eyes on the sparrow. He said, that's where I called you. You're supposed to be aiming high. He said, but no, but for some reason you sit there and you let people take from you and put you to a place where you're not even supposed to be. He said, that is not me. He said, that is not my anointing. He said, that is not my grace. He said, but guess what I'm going to do? He said, but I'm going to use this mess that you put yourself in. I'm going to use this situation that you put yourself in. I'm going to keep you there until you learn that you're not a pig, that you're an eagle, and you're supposed to fly and you're supposed to soar. God said, I'm going to keep you there because you haven't learned your lesson. But he said, what the devil meant for bad, he said, God, I'm going to use it for the good. He said, I'm going to use whatever the instrument that the devil is trying to use to put you into a tactic to keep you there. He said, I'm going to use it. He said, but it's only going to be for my glory, for me to do what I need to do, God. That's what he said. He said, do not give it. He says, no one can take from you what they do not give. He said, it is time to follow your natural path. It is time for you guys to get up out of your south node. It's time for you guys to get into your north node. It's time for you guys to be aligned with your own divinity here. It's time for you to be the God or the goddess you were born to be. It's time to know that you are the miracle. Everybody's like, God, show me a miracle. God, show me a miracle. God said, I show y'all a miracle every day. How is it that this male and this female could get together and don't even know together, don't even know each other, but they get together and all of a sudden there's a seed that come from this person and an egg that come from this person, and they create a life. And he said the life is grow to what? Just nothing, a piece of rice. And he said, God said, I make it grow to the point where it's a baby and it's life. He said they don't even have a heartbeat, but God said, I breathe life into it. And you see the heartbeat, and every day you ask me for a miracle. You ask me for a miracle. And then he said, you see this child, this baby, which come from nothing. You think about, the male secretion and the woman secretion. It ain't nothing when you look at it but a bunch of little mess. You can't even take that and tell it in your hand to grow. You can't even tell it to do that. It has to be incubated and put into God for God to make it grow. How is it that the fluid from a man and a woman can grow into me? How is it that the fluid from a man and a woman can grow into you if it ain't a miracle? God said you are the miracle. So you always looking for a miracle when the miracle's right there in front of your face. God said, look in the miracle. Look in the mirror. The miracle. Look in the mirror. You are the miracle. Yes, because when you open your eyes in the morning, it's a miracle. Yes, facts. God said, look in the mirror. You are the miracle. And so how is it that you can't believe in a miracle? How is it that you can't believe in the impossible? How is it that you can't believe in me, God of creation, say that there is no God when how is life being breathed? How is it that you wake up every day? How is it that things happen? How is it that you grow from a child to a teenager, from a teenager to an adult, from an adult to an old person, to where you die? How is it that happens? He said, I'm the one that gives life. I'm the one that take life. How is it that this happens if it's not by me? How is it that this lady right here can sit there and give you revelation and knowledge that she can't even give you? The mysteries that are unknown to man. He said, how is it? He said, we are the miracle. You are the miracle. So that's from this day forth, don't nobody need to say, God gave me a miracle. You can say, I am the miracle. The miracles manifest now, every day. Every day I'm a walking miracle. Every day miracles are unfolding in my life. So there's no way that we can't say, God, God, I need $200. God, I need this bill paid. And we can't trust God for that. But we can look at it and we can trust God to know that we're going to, excuse my speaking, that we're going to lay down and open up our legs and we're going to create a baby and create a miracle. So how come we can't trust God for $200? How come we can't trust God to manifest a new job? How come we can't trust God to manifest a new husband or a new wife? How come we can't trust God for that manifestation? How can we trust God to manifest to put food on our table? How come we can't trust for God to manifest a miracle to put a roof over our head? It's too easy. How easy is it for somebody to go in there and create a baby and create life? It's too easy. The miracles are easy. The miracles are ever flowing to us. But the point is that we gotta believe in the impossible, and that's what we got to do. Open our eyes and see the truth and see it for what it really is. Okay. I'm just saying now. God told me to shut up and let y'all think on that. But anyway, you are the miracle. And you are a magnet for miracles. Dare to dream big is what God said. Dare to dream big. Allow yourself to believe. Allow the possible. It is time to turn everything that life throws you into gold. God said you got the mightiest touch. We talk about the mightiest touch. I don't know who that who was the guy that was the richest person, Mimosa, whoever. She was rich. Whatever he did, he touched. She turned to go. He had so much money, boy, it was funny. God said we could do that. But God has to set a boundary and a limit on it, because some of us we take control and we become greedy and we become too puffed up, just like the morning star. He got puffed up and he thought himself he was too much. But God, we can't. But we got to remember that we don't never get too puffed up to exalt ourselves to think that we're better than. Yeah, there you go, Massa Musa. Yeah, that king, man, he was the richest. Couldn't nobody tell him nothing. That man was rich beyond rich. Rich beyond rich, riches and riches and rich. So, God said, if I did it before, God said, I will do it again. He said, because I'm the same God right now. The same God right now. You know what I'm saying? But God has said, I need somebody on this earth to dream big. I need somebody on this earth to imagine, to have that strong faith, to have that belief, to believe that I can do it. And God said, I can do it. I can do it. I'm just waiting on somebody to come in to trust and believe in the miracle that it could be done. Because God said, you have the mightiest touch. You have the goal. You could turn everything that you want. You could turn it around. The situation that we're going through, God said, it's too easy. God says nothing too hard. But you guys are holding on to the past, holding on to something that, that I didn't cause. So we need to ask God, God, well, this situation, is this your will, God? If this is for me, God, if this is not for me, then go ahead and remove it out of my life. But some of us don't want to do that because we don't want to go through that pain of having this stuff to be removed, because it's going to be painful. It may hurt us. So therefore, we rather hold on to what we think is what God has for us, instead of trusting God and letting God take things away that is not meant to be, because we don't want to go through that pain. We don't want to go through that hurt. Yeah, and trust. Yeah, it is a deep pain, because I'm telling you, because whom is given, much is required, and love is pain, and it's a sacrifice. I didn't want to go through that process. I don't want to go through that process, having to sacrifice my husband or go through that pain. I had to go through that. I had to go through that sacrifice. This is what I had to go through to get to where I'm at now. I had to go through it. Because if I didn't go through it, I never would be where I'm at. And I always said, God, I want you to take me higher. God, I want you to take me, elevate me. God, I want you to open me up into my gifts. I didn't know what the hell I was asking for. I didn't know that what I had to go through, that it took sacrifice of love. What I loved the most, it had to be sacrificed. I didn't realize that. I was like, wow, you have to go through it. So that's what I'm saying. So you be careful. Buy something you love is a lot. Yeah, you got to be really careful, you guys. When you say, God, for God I live, for God I die, God I want to go through this, God I want you to take me to this. Just know that when God take you, when you say, God, have your will and have your way, these cords that he trying to tell you to cut, he going to cut them for you. And that's the thing about it. We don't want to cut the cords. Eventually, God going to cut them anyway. The cords are going to be cut, because God said they have to be cut. God said you could do it my way or you could do it the hard way. But the cords are going to be cut when you say, God, I surrender to your will. He's just waiting on us. He's just waiting on us to surrender. Because when we surrender, He gonna cut them cords. But God, He know what's needed. He know what the secret is that needs to be revealed. He know what needs to be cut out. He know what needs to. We don't know, but God knows to get to where we need to be to the next level. Yeah. She did, yeah. Block, unblock, where? And God said, if it's causing you emotional pain, if it's causing you, you got to let it go, because there's a greater good and a greater cause that has to be done out there. But anyway, so what Spirit said, it's time to turn everything that life throws you into gold. Since you have the mightiest touch, and you're on the path of fulfilling your purpose. See, what it's all about is about us fulfilling our purpose. It's about us fulfilling the will of God. So we need to say, God, what is the purpose? What is the will that you have for us? Because when you're in that will and we're in that purpose, that's when that juju, that's when that good luck, that's when everything opens up for you. Because the gates of hell cannot prevail over you when you're in the will of God. Because God is not going to let nothing separate you from the love of God. God is not going to let nothing separate you from his will. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. But this is the last thing that God said. God said, so give thanks. You are being blessed. It is harvest time. God said, let's eat, guys. Let's eat. It's a season for great harvest, and a season of great epiphanies, and a season where you guys are going to be prospering and moving forward. Let's eat, guys. I don't know about y'all, but I'm ready to eat. I'm ready to eat. I'm ready to eat it. Sure, President, thank you. King Cups. The love offering coming in. You got the 2 cups and the King of Cups. God said, I'm the King. I'm trying to offer you this. I'm offering you this love. I'm offering you to come to partner with me. I'm offering to be with me. Or do you want it? Are you accepting the King of Cups? Are you accepting my love? Are you accepting my offer? I'm trying to give it to you. This is all about God saying, you know how I say I'm in my feelings? God said we got to get up out of our feelings when it comes to love. With the conflict, we got to get up out of our feelings. We got to get up out of these conflicts. We got to get up out of this confusion, out of this battle that we keep having going on. The battle. It's all up in our head. The whole thing that that goes on is in our head, in our heart, in our head, in our head, in our heart. Because whatever's in our head goes to our heart. Whatever's in our heart goes to our head. These two are connected. These two are the two main important things. When the brain is cut off, you die. When the heart is cut off, you die. You may be able to live without one kidney. You may be able to live with one lung. You may be able to live without a gallstone. You may be able to live without a leg. You may be able to live without an arm. You may be able to live with one eye. But guess what? When this is cut off and this is cut off, they are the two main things that need to be fixed. Your brain and your heart. So that's why I'm saying you got to be careful, because if you think about heart, H-E-A-R-T, in the middle of it is the ear. It's what you hear. Whatever you're hearing, whatever you're listening to, whatever you're setting your mind on to, whatever you're feeding your brain with, because this is how you get fed. You fed through the ear, into the brain, and into the heart. So guess what? This is what you got to do. You can't let yourself be poisoned. This is what God said you need to free yourself. And I keep telling everybody, your heart. This is God lives in your heart space. Because God say, this is where you clean. There's a thing that talks about when you cast out the devils, when the devils are being cast out. When a devil is being cast out of your heart space, and they leave and they go and they find 7 more devils to come into the house to take up space. The house that they're talking about taking up space is in your heart, because they know if they can continue to take up space and be there where they're not supposed to be, then they know that God don't dwell in this. They know that God can't come in. So this is why you got to clean your heart out. This is why you got to forgive, because the devil knows as long as you ain't forgiving nobody, you holding that mess up in your heart, that love can't come in. But when you forgive, you clean it out, you cleansing your house, you cleansing your heart spiritually, you know what I'm saying? Like, they know that God can come into their space, because God is love and God lives in our heart. God lives in this space here. So therefore, they want to keep you in the head when you're always thinking about this and always worried, always having anxiety, always having fear, always having this pressure. Because guess what? When you start having anxiety and fear, you start having stress. You start having anxiety attacks. Where the anxiety attacks come from? The heart. You start having more panic attacks. You start having your blood pressure. Where the blood pressure come? It swells up in all in your veins, all up in here, all up in your heart. That's what they do. They want to put you in that place here of the worry, the stress, the anxiety here. Keep you here where you're focused on the negative. And you can keep focusing on negativity. It's almost like you're feeding your heart poison. Poison is running through your veins, and all you're doing, next thing you know, got that silent killer, that high blood pressure. The stuff you don't even know about, because you're sitting there, it's slowly killing you softly. That's like the song Lord here, to killing me softly with his words. The words that you're using, the words about your mouth, killing softly. That's why you got to be careful how you speak. You got to be careful about how people speak to you. And even when people come speak to you, you ain't got to believe everything that people tell you. Just because you tell me it's the sky's pink don't mean I believe it's pink. You got to know the truth for yourself, and that's what is going to set you free. You got to protect the God in you. You got to protect you in your spiritual house. You ain't going to let nobody come to your physical house and come in here and run over, tear up, and take up and steal and take. So when it comes to your spiritual house, you ain't going to don't let nobody come in your spiritual house to steal, to take, and to run over your mess. Well, not your mess, but to run over your house. You don't let nobody come into your house, physical house, spiritual house. You're not going to come in. Not even my body. You don't let nobody come in and use your body. You don't let nobody come in, no man, no woman come in and take advantage of you. This is your body. This is your house. You got to protect yourself. Because even sometimes when it comes to sleeping with people, yeah, he may look good, but how many demons he got attached to him that's going to be attached to you? Y'all got to protect yourself. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's good. The feeling and all this stuff is fine for the moment. But guess what? There's a picture that somebody showed me. It's like, if you only knew the person what you were sleeping with. If you only knew the inner soul of somebody you was really with. The ugliness, the filthiness, the trash, the nastiness of somebody that you're with. They may look good, but God says, well, some of them are like filthy rags. If you really could look and see the people that you're dealing with, you be running the hell away from them. I see people in the spiritual realm like, what the hell? Just the ugliness, the nastiness in people. You know what I'm saying? They may have a cleanliness about themselves, but the nastiness in their spirit, the nastiness in them. And you wonder why you with this person who toxic, this person that crazy, this person that like this. And that's the same nastiness, toxicness that you putting with yourself. Getting yourself entangled into that mess. What? Y'all need to know who you're dealing with. I'm not saying that the people are, but sometimes people have demons attached to them. They don't even know the demons attached to them. That this is being because they want to get to you. And then they sleeping with somebody and you sleeping with somebody. Oh, it's okay. This my cuddy buddy. But they got this person and that person they sleeping with. And the sixth person that they didn't sleep with is attached to the sixth person that the other person sleep with. Then they come with you, and guess what? You got 10, 20 people that's being demons that's being attached to you, and you wonder why you can't get free. I know they hear me. I know. That's why I'm glad when they don't type. I know they're listening, because you got 10, 20 people that you sleeping with. You may sleep. Yeah, I slept with one person, but guess what? This one person want to sleep with this other person. This other person slept with 2 people, and the 2 people they slept with, they got 6 demons attached to them, and 6, that's 12. So 12 of them coming over to them. Should they already got 7? Should they having a party? They got dang on what? How many? I don't know. Almost 20. And then you got you, and you got your demons attached to you. Shit, you got 22 demons attached to you. And you know where the hell these demons coming from? You can't even get yourself together, because after you sleep with somebody, then you got to start having problems. Don't know why I'm having these problems. Don't know why I'm going through it, because you're dealing with toxic people. And God trying to, I told you to get away from this. I told you to clean from this toxicity. Somebody that's sitting there, you sleeping with this person and that person and that person. That ain't good for you. That ain't good for your soul. You don't realize what you're being attached to. Ain't nothing wrong if you're going to be with somebody and you and this person going to be together and y'all going to be together. But don't be with somebody just because let somebody, you know what I'm saying, call you a fuck buddy or a cuddy buddy. You know what I'm saying? No, I ain't got time for that. No, if we gonna be together, sleeping together, we gonna be sleeping together. I ain't finna be sleeping around. You ain't finna be sleeping around. If you want to be sleeping around with everybody, you whatever, but we ain't finna be. I ain't finna be sleeping around with you and this person, that person, that person, because you ain't finna give me no, what do you call it, sexually transmitted disease, spiritually transmitted diseases. I don't want the spiritually transmitted diseases. You can keep them spiritually transmitted diseases on somewhere, because as above, so below. You get just like you get them in the physical realm, you get them in the spiritual realm too. You can keep them spiritually transmitted diseases on some damn way else. I don't want them. That's why me, myself, I'm personal celibacy. I ain't sleeping with nobody. I ain't talking to nobody. I ain't got time to conversate with you on even on that level. No, nope, not until you show me who you is. If you can't show me nothing, then it's time for you to get the hell up on out of here. And my husband been gone for over a year, and ain't nobody been in this bed but me. Ain't no man been in my bed. But my son probably came over here, or my daughter. But yeah, no, I'm not fixing to do it, because I know how important it is for me not to get myself attached to sexually transmitted spiritual diseases. I know how it's not to get myself caught up in toxic situations. So guess what? I'd rather do I want to keep sleeping alone? No, I don't. Would I love to be with somebody and enjoy myself? Yes, I would. But is it going to be with somebody toxic? Oh, hell no, it's not going to be with anybody toxic. I'm going to be by myself. I don't care. That's how it is. My birthday coming up? Yes, I would like to have me some birthday fun. Yes, I would like to go out and do some good things. But I'm not going to do it because I know you're toxic. I'm not going to do it because you could sit there and use my body. I'm not going to sit there and let you use me as your playground. No. I can play my damn self. And that's what Spirit's saying. So you guys do it. And God's going to reward you for that. You know what I'm saying? That's the point when people say, oh, don't be, sleeping around or doing this. It's okay to do what you do, you know what I'm saying, if you're going to be with somebody. But be with somebody that have some common sense. Be with somebody that care about you. Be with somebody that want to sit there and put you first and not make you be a piece of meat or be somebody, you know what I'm saying, like, call me at 3 a.m. Don't be calling me at 3 a.m. talking about what I'm doing and can you come over, you know what I'm saying, or talking about you want to do some Netflix and chill. Netflix and chill your ass out the door. That's what you do. Go somewhere else. Period. Man, well, that's what Spirit got to say to you guys. The floor is open, you guys. Whew. Y'all, I'm tired. I ain't tired, but that was a lot to get that message out, but that's the message I've been holding all before Christmas. My mom was here in Spirit, so you're going to have to get this message out. Yeah, guys, so definitely just keep moving forward. That's for me, too. I be so glad to get these messages, you guys. Keep pushing through. Keep pushing through. This is the 10 of Wands. 10 of Wands is about pushing through, overcoming obstacles. Continue to push. God said continue to push here to your wishes to be fulfilled. Push to your wishes to be fulfilled. God said don't let nobody separate you from what it is that I got from you. You listened to that song yesterday? Well, I'm telling you, shoot, man. Boy, these messages, whew. What's this? Death. There's some things that got to be put to an end. There's some things you guys got to cut. There's some things that got to be let go. God said, you can't take that. Just let me adore you. I'm telling you, yeah. There's some things that got to be cut out. Some things got to be let go. You can't take that into where God is trying to get you. God, well, how is it that we call ourselves trying to move forward into what God got for us and we bringing all this damn shit and this mess in there? How we going to do it? I get lonely too. I get lonely too, but you know what? It's a good lonely. It's a good lonely. You know what I'm saying? At least I ain't got to be arguing with nobody. At least I ain't got to be in a toxic situation. At least I ain't got to be with nobody putting me in a third party situation or making me an option. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's what you got to do. What's this called? I got a reading I got to do. Misha. Carmen. Yeah. Surrender. It's time to surrender to the divine. The judgment call. It's like some of us ain't waking up, you know what I'm saying, to the truth. Because it's like this bitch is time to wake up. It's time to surrender to the divine. Time to surrender. Queen of Cups. Wow, hold on. I got the Queen of Cups, the Ace of Cups, and the Eight of Wands. So this is somebody who is loving. This is somebody who's caring. This is somebody who's kind. This is new opportunities of love. This is where there's going to be communication. There's going to be opportunity. There's going to be things that are be coming forth. Things are going to be moving really, really fast for you. But Spirit say, you know what? This can't come in until you release and let go. Oh man, you missed the whole thing, Felicia. Boy, it was good. It was so good, Felicia. It was really good. Look at the bottom of the deck. You got Six of Cups. This is childhood nostalgia, past life soulmate. You know what I'm saying? This is something that's support for you, soulmate. God said this is a love that is going to be pretty much like a innocent love that's coming in for you. Pure love. You know, like, you know, a childhood love. Something that's amazing. But guess what? You gotta let go all the cut the cords. You gotta release it and let it go. For this Six of Cups to come in. This pure love. Yep, exactly. I want all that. Just, yep. Yep, well, you know, but if you want to know if you're on the right path, you guys, we can pray this prayer. Wait a minute, that's for me. I'm telling you, when we cut the cords, that past life love, that stuff, that it comes back when we release it. Sometimes God just wants us to release it and cut the cords to cleanse and get rid of the toxicity. And once we get it up, dating at 12. Well, you know what? If you cut the cord, sometime, you know, we need to pray this prayer, you guys. Hold on. Oh, hold on. We need to pray this prayer, you guys. Hold on a second, okay? I'll be back. Sometimes we have to cut the cords. Sometimes what we think we lost, it's not always lost. So look, you guys. They're scaring you. Well, look, guys. Let's pray. Whatever the will of God is for our life, let the will be done. Let God manifest